Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Murmuhu. We are entering into new chapter, chapter 9, Advice to the Brahmos. Saturday, April 7, 1883. Sri Ramakrishna was visiting Balram in Calcutta with Narendra, Bhavanath, Rakhal, Yam and others. Balram, at the master's bidding, had invited some of the young devotees to lunch. Sri Ramakrishna often said to him, "Feed them now and then, that will confer on you the merit of feeding holy men." The master looked on his young disciples, yet untouched by enjoyments of the world, as veritable embodiments of God. They are going to Balram's house in Calcutta. With Sri Ramakrishna is going with Narendra, Bhavanath, Rakhal, Yam and others. An important householder disciple, like a Parshada, or like a, when God comes down in human form, he brings with him a batch of people to assist his Dharma Samsthapana work. Like that, here we see these people like Balram and all, they have great part to play and they are expressing their part to play in the most appropriate way. They have great part to take now, in future also. Sri Ramakrishna is going to leave these small young children of his as monastic disciples to continue the sannyasa sampradaya, and a sannyasi has to depend upon the world and come in intimate contact with the world, and all their needs, sickness, this, that, everything is to be looked after by the householder people. Among the householders, these are absolutely pure people who have no other bad intention or a worldly desire backing them in serving these people. So, pure love, devotion to God, when these are backing taking care of a holy man, they are safe in the hands of God, both the caretaker and the caretaken. So the whole thing becomes a sacred and divine group. Though they are householders, they are intentionless. Pure devotion to God is making them take care of these children of God who have renounced the world. So Sri Ramakrishna is showing the absolute purity, untouched by the world and worldly enjoyments. They don't have attraction for the world. They have come like the Homa bird, Sri Ramakrishna explained in the earlier class. So like that, they are untouched by the world and Sri Ramakrishna is presenting them to be that. Because it is the trust of the people in them that is going to fulfill the purpose of Sri Ramakrishna's advent into the world. Sri Ramakrishna maintained absolute perfection to the last degree, to the highest peak, not even barging a little from the ideal, even to preach others. He maintained that perfection. He maintained that purity. He maintained that absolute ideal as it should be. Remained almost immersed in God at all times. We say unbroken thought of God and how to attain, how to manifest. Have you seen anybody? Have you seen a realized soul? The Narendra's one question from the young days of his life, as from the boyhood rather, have anybody seen God? Have you seen God? Whomever, wherever he sees a sadhu, a holy man, though he was so young in his pre-teenagers, still he would dare to go and ask, have you seen God? He wanted us to see a person who he has seen. Similarly, we will want to know a person, is he living a perfect life? Is he living an exemplary life regarding the themes or the principles that he is presenting to the world? Suppose I always tell the truth. Am I living to that absolute perfection, with absolute perfection, to tell truth always? That living a perfect life was an exemplary life. Here Sri Ramakrishna, in every aspect of spiritual existence, spiritual attainment, spiritual enlightenment, spiritual struggle, in everything he is showing perfection and absolute oneness with the ideal. So he cannot come down to the human level even if he wants to present that absolute perfection and a perfect ideal to humanity. So these people who are around, especially beginning with Narendranath, they are the carriers who carry. The Dharma Samstapana has two aspects, especially in the modern world, where there is excessive materialism. Man has become intensely body, flesh, demands of the fulfilling the demands of flesh. So here, to present the spiritual ideal with absolute perfection is necessary, and pure souls are necessary to carry this message. And this purity is not physical purity. It is not the etiquette and the decencies or diplomacy that man shows in the public world. It is inner purity, freedom of the inner soul from the worldly attachments and desires. They are pure, untouched by the world. So this Sri Ramakrishna has to bring in contact with the few householders who can take care of them, protect them, to maintain their purity and divinity and help the society. So Sri Ramakrishna makes two circles, the inner circle of the renunciates and outer circle who can take care and see that the external world do not harm them anyway, but they are able to serve the external world in all possible ways. So these are the like bridges, these Balram and all this group of the householders, disciples. Now he is bringing them together of interdependence and dedication to the ideal. And he has asked M. At the bidding, Balram had invited some of the young devotees to lunch. Sri Ramakrishna often said to him, "Feed them now and then. That will confer on you merit of fitting holy men." He is introducing what is holy man. Externally, I may give up all the enjoyments of the world, but internally I may be holding on some desires, secretly enjoying. This Sri Ramakrishna never wanted, never liked. And internally they must externally be one with the world, with the normal human life, so that people will find oneness with you, but internally absolutely pure, untouched by what Sri Ramakrishna used to say, Kamini Kanchan. Internally. But externally, you have to be one with the world, you have to be one with the people to give the message, to purify them, to sanctify them, to raise them to the spiritual heights. So, you cannot avoid the world. Where will you, what purpose will it serve? You are separating from the world and living. Sri Ramakrishna had to live to maintain the ideal. But these people have to serve and transform the lives of people. So here Sri Ramakrishna is giving support of the householders at the bridges between the normal external people in general and these holy men. These holy men, Sri Ramakrishna is feeding holy men. The master looked on his young disciples, yet untouched by woman and gold, as veritable embodiments of God. Narendra, when first time he came to Dakshineshwar, he takes him aside and tells, "You are the Narayana who has come down to the world to help their spiritual evolution, release them." They're embodiments of God because of the purity, and they are in tune with nature and God at all times. Internally they are one with nature, God, and externally they are one with nature. They never go against the laws of nature to harm others or do anything that Mother Nature does. Mother Nature is taking care of every life, without seeing good and bad in them. Good and bad are human conceptions, not in the nature. Karma and karma phala. According to karma phala, there is evolution or involution. The sukha dukkha is coming according to one's own action. But fruit giving and management is done by the. But in and through all the experiences, good and bad, the nature wants the jiva to evolve, evolution to the divinehood. So, veritable embodiments of God. A few days earlier, Sri Ramakrishna had been to Keshav's house with Narendra and Rakhal to see the performance of the play entitled Nava Vrindavan. Keshav's house, he had gone with Narendra and Rakhal to see a performance of the play entitled Nava Vrindavan. Narendra had taken part in the performance in which Keshav had played the role of Pawhari Baba. What a nice theme and thing you see. Narendra also has taken part in the performance, and Keshav has played the role of Pawari Baba. What the uh, thing you see, infusing certain characteristics in a person, giving ideal. When we handle children at home, we must be infusing in them the highest human ideals and normal human values in them. That comes through the stories we tell them, incidents, experience of the one's own life. All these things make them imbibe the spirit of values and ideals of human life, highest principles to bring them into life is possible when we make them participate in things like this. I tell a child such and such incident, suppose a saint's life. I tell them, a few days after, he will not remember also. He will not bring any of the ideal in his life. But I make him act a play, a drama, in which he has to take the part. Repeated practices. Slowly it enters his inner being and becomes a part of his awareness. He is imbibing. He is exposing himself to the higher truths and higher realities. This exposure to the reality and imbibing is possible when they participate as actors imitating that life. So here Sri Ramakrishna is very happy and has gone to see the performance where Narendra and Keshav have taken part. Master Keshav came on the stage in the role of a holy man and sprinkled the water of peace, but I did not like it. The idea of sprinkling such water on theatrical stage after a performance. The performance was over after that. Another gentleman played the part of sin. That is not good either. One should not commit sin. One should not even feign it. In the transformation of the world, transformation of the society, social changes take place through three important participants in the world. One is parents. Parents can change the world by giving proper training to their children. What to avoid, what not to avoid, what to cultivate, what not to cultivate. Not in the just commanding them or ordering them or imposing upon them, but making them understand with knowledge, with the consequences clearly, giving lot of love and support from behind, make them understand what governs life, what is the purpose of life, all these things, secrets of life, significance of life, giving, and the purpose and how to transit the nature and go, how to attain freedom, inner freedom from all the demands, external demands and temptations, how to become independent, how to become free, attain freedom. Now, the parents can change, teachers can change. Teachers, students are under them. They can guide, they can teach, they can do. Each day, just a meeting, they can put some principles in their mind. They can make them understand certain things of the society and nature. Make them love nature, make them love society. Similarly, another important field is, especially the present days, what to present to the people from the happenings in the world. The journalists' power is the most important part, more effective, more need than the parents and teachers. There are certain newses which should not be given to the public at all. There are some newses which have to be more emphasized, more clearly presented. All that is good and great has to be repeatedly presented to the world. What is harmful, bad, like murders, like thieving, like looting, cheating, all these have to be avoided. And just to bring the knowledge of what is happening, a little may be presented, but going on discussing on that, we see in media and all, only bad things are brought. In newspapers, only bad things are. Thousands of good things we'll be having. But what happens to the mind of a person who constantly listens to the crimes and bad things? Now, he is prone to that. He takes as a normal course of the world. He doesn't hesitate to do. One of the German psychologists, he was presenting what is happening in Indian land. A child, by the time he grows to the age of 20, he would have seen lakhs of murders being committed in his television. Lakhs of murders. Anybody killing anybody looks a small issue in the world. He doesn't feel somebody is dying. It should not be done. They thought he has done rightly. We start feeling. Because we are accustomed to this world where he sees unreal made real. It's audio visual. Which is not happening can be presented in such a way through the news that anything can be taken as true. And serials, this, that, so many things we see, taking the children's mind, how it is going to work, function, and how it is going to end. So these things, now, to the minimum what is bad, and with the report of the consequences, in case you have to need consequences, how the suffering follows that. What will be the state of the society and people. So any crime given in public, published in a paper or this one, is subliminal instigation for others to do a similar crime in similar occasions. So this should not. So these things, Sri Ramakrishna here you see, he is giving that even to commit a sin or anything at any time by any means, Sri Ramakrishna doesn't allow, because it's going to spread as forest fire. Another gentleman played the part of sin. That's also not good either, because thousands of people are seeing, doing sin. That is not the, when children are taught, the telling lies, wrong things should not be brought into that certain rhymes like Papa, Papa, yes, yes, Johnny, Johnny, yes, Papa. In that, He says, eating sugar? No, Papa. Telling lies? No, Papa. Open your mouth? He is telling lie. We are introducing how to tell a lie and enjoy it. What would be the reaction? How to tell truth. In spite of all sufferings and bearing all that, such examples must be given. How a child holding on to the truth, holding on to this one. Such stories we find that transform the life of the individual to everlasting bliss and joy. Though he undergoes hardship, so much of torture in this one, they don't leave the principles, how they held on to the principle, our elders and ancestors, how they bore all sufferings to help others who are in danger. These sacrifices we have to bring into picture. One should not even feign it. The master wanted to hear Narendra sing. The young disciple was not feeling well, but at the master's request, he sang to the accompaniment of Tanpura. Sing, O bird, that nestles deep within my heart. Sing, O bird, that sits on the kalpa tree of Brahman. Sing God's everlasting praise and all that. Sing, O bird, that nestles deep within my heart. Sing, bird, that nestles deep within my heart. It is there, like a bird sitting in nest. It is sitting in my heart. Sing, that bird, that is my own self, deep within me. I am asking myself, introducing myself. I am expressing inner self is there, external bodily existence is there, which is unrelated. The bird as if the bird in a cage, the bodily cage, and inside is this, especially in Hindustan, the northern part, it is more predominant to consider the individual self, the Jivatman, as a bird sitting in a cage of the body. We very often come across this idea. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.